Welcome to the NBA Prop Report for Sunday, June 6th. We have two games on the slate here today. The first game in one of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks. And then the Game 7 closeout game, the last Game 7 of the first round, between the Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. So it should be a good day of basketball. I want everybody to remember the first game starts right at 1 o'clock here today. The second game right to follow. So it's early start games. Make sure you get your bets in on time because you're going to be looking around in the middle of the day and being like, oh, man, I didn't know this game started early. So get them up, get them in early if you want to make sure you have some action here. So we have four edges in these two games that we're going to talk about here today. The first one is Bogdanovich rebounds. Over 4.5. 3/4 of a unit, minus 120 at Will Hill is the best price I could find on this one. This is a number that he was going over just about every game of the last series, and I'll throw you a little bit of the narrative of why here. Cam Reddish is out, and DeAndre Hunter is listed as questionable. Even if he does play, I don't know how many minutes he's going to wind up playing there, which means that Bogdan has been asked to kind of help out with the rebounding a little bit more when he's out there on the floor. Now, again, a lot of people look at him and think of him as a point guard, which he is, but he had a bunch of games in that last series where he was well over 5 rebounds. I know he had an 8-rebound game. He had one where he had like 5 in the first half as well. So this 4.5 number was something we were playing quite a bit against the Knicks, and he cashed it for us, I think, every game that we played it. So I'm going to go back to the well here and play it one more time. The next one I want to talk about is Tobias Harris points. I don't know for sure if Joel Embiid is going to be out. He's listed as questionable. He has some kind of minor tear in his meniscus in his knee. None of that sounds all that good to me. So when you look at the 76ers and the games that they played without Embiid, which is a pretty big sample size, I think it was about 21 of the 72 games this year they played without Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris saw his points per game go up by about 4 points, and he saw his shot attempts go up by about 3 shot attempts per game as well. So if Embiid isn't able to play or if Embiid is less than 100%, this is one that I really like here, going with Tobias Harris. With that said, he did only average, I think this number was actually 23.5 right now on DraftKings. It has been drifting up. Harris averaged 22.5 points without Joel Embiid this season. So see what number you can get on this. I like it. The reason I like this one is because it was only minus 102 on DraftKings there. So if you can still get that number, take it. I wouldn't chase it any higher than 24 though. If the number is 24, that's around where I have him projected today. I would not be chasing it at that point. Next one is one of my favorite bets. I think this actually is my favorite bet on the day. Reggie Jackson points, rebounds, and assists. Over 21.5. Will Hill has it at minus 115. I took it for a full unit. So last game, he went for 25 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Do I think he repeats that? No, I do not. But with that being said, he did play 37 minutes. The lineup the Clippers have been using the most and with the most success that has a plus 16 as a lineup on the floor in this playoff series so far is when they go with Kawhi, Nick Batum, Paul George, Marcus Morris, and then Reggie Jackson at the point. Those 5 guys were the guys that were out on the floor for the predominant part of the game last game. 37 minutes, I'm not asking Reggie Jackson to go out there and put up 25, 9, and 4 again. I mean, in 37 minutes, if he can get me like 15, 4, and 3, that's still going to give me enough to get me over that 21. Even if he has a bad scoring game and goes with like 12, he goes like, 12, 5, and 5, he's going to be able to get us there. And I don't think that any of those numbers are asking too much for Reggie Jackson if he's going to continue to see 30-plus minutes in this game, which is what I think he will, because that has been the most effective lineup so far for the Clippers. So I really like this Reggie Jackson one. Minus 115 at Will Hill was the best price, and that's where I played it. So the last one I'm taking a little bit of a flyer on here is Kawhi Leonard points. You can get this at even money on BetMGM, Will Hill, and FanDuel. So all 3 of them have this 32.5 number at even money. I only did it for half a unit. Now, again, I know Kawhi went nuts last game, and I expect him to go off this game as well in a closeout game. I expect him to be aggressive. I expect him to get his shots up. And that's really what I'm betting on here, because he took 25 shots with them being in an elimination game last game, and I expect him to do the same thing here. Is he going to shoot 18 for 25 and 5 for 9 from 3 again? Probably not, but I mean, listen, we don't need him to get another 45 points. We just need him to end up with 33. And I do think that he's going to be the guy who, has the ball in his hand towards the end of the game if this is close. And if it is close, which is what I expect it to be, which is why I was laying off the spread here, I think Kawhi Leonard is going to wind up getting to, 35, 40 points here, because I think that's what his team is going to need in order for him to win. Remember, they kind of shortened the rotation a little bit for the last game, and I expect to see that here too. One of the guys whose rotations will not be shortened is Kawhi Leonard, and he should be out there having a good game. So there you go. Those are the 4 edges that I'm looking at here today on the 2-game NBA slate. Remember, the games start at 1 o'clock, so get these bets in early if you're looking to do it. If you're looking to see what any of our other experts have, make sure you get over to FTN Bets. You can check out the bet tracker. It tracks all of the bets that all of our guys put in, so you guys can follow along and, hopefully make some money. Not only in NBA, but MLB and, NHL and PGA, MMA. We have quite a few sports that we offer here. Quite a few experts that are, doing what they do in the sports that they're the best at. So this is Benny Ricciardi giving you guys a little bit of the Breakfast Club here on Sunday morning at FTN Bets with the NBA Prop Report. Good luck, everybody.